You're now listening to Northview Royals.
Three, two, one.
Rightio, let's go. Let's do the damn thing, eh? Let me just pour myself a drink quickly. Give me a sec. What do you got in your What do you got in your cup tonight?
Maker's Mark again, mate. Maker's Mark.
I'm giving something. What is it? What do I get here? Taliska.
Oh, yep.
Never had that before.
Yeah, I've had it.
Taliska. Single malt Scotch whiskey. Yeah, I bought it. I bought it last weekend. I was just I figured if we're going to be doing a couple of these, maybe buy something a little bit special, and it had a nice little some of them have a nice little description on the tag when you go to the bottle-os. It really roped me in. It's not as, for what I paid for it, let's just say I'm somewhat disappointed.
Oh, right. It's not like the 23-year-old whiskey I had in Auckland for $62 a shot.
Nah. It's very, very fruity.
Nah.
Very fruity.
Oh, right.
But, cheers, eh?
Cheers.
And a little cheers, a little drink for obviously all the brave men and women being Anzac Day today. All those that have fallen for us and those that continue to fight for us. Obviously, today, I guess, was I don't know, is it the first one ever or the first one in living memory that's been had restrictions, obviously due to everything going on, but I know we got up, we went down to the driveway. Obviously, being in an apartment block, it's a little bit different, but we went down to the driveway, and I was actually surprised. How
do you do that with however many people in an apartment and you have one driveway? Did you take it in turns, like do like 5-minute blocks each?
I was actually a little bit disappointed. I definitely thought there would have been more from the actual apartment block, but then again, and not to be racist in any means, but I guess a lot of the people in the building aren't, like Anzac Day is probably not significant to them,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely down our street there was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 groups of 5 with like obviously families and stuff that came out with candles, and everyone obviously had their own little stream of the last post and stuff. But yeah, I was actually got me right in the feels, you know. Especially there was a elderly couple from our building came down, and they were obviously stood on the other side of the driveway, and he had medals on and stuff. And then just before the last post, she actually came over and was like, "Oh, hey, I've actually made some traditional Anzac biscuits. Would you like some?" I was like, "Wow, that's just little things like that, you know, sort of restore a little bit of faith in humanity with all the craziness going on."
Yeah, I went out this morning and it was like just before 6, and I was thinking same thing. I was like, fuck, there's gonna be, me and maybe some other person, the crazy lady on the corner who keeps telling me that there's people out there talking in Morse code when it's the birds at night. Legit, man. But yeah, it was cool to see, like, across the road they had their young daughter out, and my neighbours, who I didn't think would be there, were out, which was cool. And it was real still, and they had all the music playing and all the candles. It was really nice. It was really good.
Yeah.
I thought about me granddad and me wife's granddad, who he was in World War II, man.
That's
Still-
crazy.
Still alive. Just did his 100th birthday.
Yeah, that's sick. I think the thing that sort of maybe got to me a little bit, like, emotionally, is that I usually do the dawn service with my dad.
Yeah.
And obviously, being that I couldn't drive out and do it with him, but he sent me through a picture this morning. Every year he does the full the suit jacket with his dress pants on and his medals and stuff like that. But I think, 'cause I was a little bit skeptical about the whole thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if it sort of started something. You know what I mean? I think you'll find that and it's not to say people are lazy, but a lot of people don't want to get, especially if they've got kids, they don't want to get up at 3 a.m. in the morning, get them ready, get in the car, drive down to a dawn service with thousands of other people. I think you'll find a little, what were they calling it? Light up the dawn?
Yeah, yep.
I think you'll find that,
Light up the lawn or something. I think it was something different.
I think you'll find that that'll probably, I think it'll probably be a thing moving forward. I was
Pretty cool.
impressed. Yeah.
We had a
But
couple.
no.
We had a couple of mates that we decided to give shit as well, who still couldn't manage to do that.
Yeah. So some of our closer friends on a day like today, it makes me question them as human beings, but they decided to stay up last night drinking wine and yahooing and carrying on, which is fine, you know. But yeah, they definitely felt the wrath this morning for not paying their respects.
Yeah, the group chat was wild. It was good.
Yeah, but no, I figured we'd probably just say a few words anyway, so that's good. But we'll rip in. We'll kick things off. We'll rip into episode 2. Probably a big thanks to everyone. Obviously, we sort of started from scratch with the whole thing, but I didn't really have huge expectations of what we were going to get out of episode 1. But the feedback and stuff we got was pretty good, and more views than I thought we would have got across the IG and YouTube account. So fuck it. Let's keep going.
Move on to number 2, eh?
Yeah.
I
But,
think one thing was cool, man. A lad we grew up with and played music with was sharing it. He was sitting out his back by the fire watching it. I thought, shit, that's still a person that we've lost touch with, but still manages to put time of his day to listen to what we're talking about. And then him watching it made me think back to all those times we were in like your lounge room playing music and shit together, and I was like, fuck, that's cool,
Yeah.
you know?
And I think, because I was similar, I was actually at work the other day, and I could hear one of the boys in the office listening to it, and I was like, fuck. I was like, you should probably turn this part down, it's about to get really offensive. But I guess, I don't know, it's a bit of a different feeling. I guess we've been playing music and releasing music for so many years that you sort of get used to the response you get when you release a song, you know what I mean? Like, obviously all your close friends and family are going to share it and give you that support and stuff, but I feel like we really rolled the dice on this. And we could really crash and burn, but I don't know, I sort of got a different feeling out of it, so I was pretty excited to jump into tonight and do episode 2.
Yeah, I've had a big day. I've had a big day, man. Besides the dawn service, it was me young fella's 11th birthday, so he always gets Anzac Day off normally as well, so he was happening. We had all the family come around, and then at 4 o'clock my wife's parents come around and bring him a new trampoline.
Oh shit.
But
Does that mean like Dad had to put it together?
Dad and Pop. So
Come on.
the last time Dad and Pop put a trampoline together was at our old place, and we spent 4 hours in the summer sun, and then I asked him if my wife if I could marry his daughter, and the entire time we had no instructions and we were just fucking bickering and throwing shit around. I thought this time will be completely different. It'll be fine. They bring a trampoline, man. No shit, it is half my backyard. Like, if you walk out my backyard now, I've got half a yard and trampoline.
What the fuck?
It's fucking huge. So we get probably good 3/4 of the way through it, and then it's like, oh, that bit's the wrong way, so we have to pull the whole inside apart and go again. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I took over, and we got back into it, but oh man, it was fucked. And then me and my wife are arguing because she's sitting there and, oh, how's it going? Yep, great. Yep, real good.
Shut the fuck up. Would you like some nice cool lemonade? It's good. I feel like although there is, I think that like there's chatter lifting the restrictions and stuff like that, but I feel like it's starting to be a little bit more. It's starting to become more normalized. Like, people are becoming more comfortable with the uncomfortable situation. But I know, because we got one of the boys in New Zealand that works for us there, I think coming out of lockdown into stage 3.
They're coming back though, aren't they?
Yeah, on Tuesday, and we're like, what does that mean? And he goes, oh, not too much different. Obviously, it'll mean a couple extra businesses can open. And he goes, but the big one that everyone's been waiting for is that it means if you've got a partner that doesn't live in the same house as you, you've got permission to go and travel to see them. So essentially, Tinder dates are back on as of Tuesday at midnight.
Yeah,
Like,
nice.
mate, after like the pickup lines and the coronavirus pickup lines and stuff, heaven forbid people are going to have to do it the old school way like we used to and actually have to talk. I was I remember growing up, like the taxi rank on the roundabout across from Subway.
Yeah.
Some of the trash that would come out of some people's mouths at 3 a.m. in the morning at pickup lines, and you'd be sitting there with like, just got yourself a 4 and 20 and a maxi bond from Night Out, just sitting there listening to all the shit. But then there's like, you could always tell like that there was like the apex predators, like the seasoned veterans, like people are tossing up, I've got alcohol at home, or I've got some rack, and then the real silent assassin from the back just goes like, can't wait to go home and put the Lion King on.
Oh god, just a movie, yeah.
Yeah, and then every girl's like, oh my god, I love the Lion King. Who's your favourite? And you just agree with them that they toss up something real dumb like, oh, Sarabi. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's the one.
You don't want to be saying it too loud, but because then they'll just surround you. You end up fucking fighting a bitch off with a maxi bond.
No, I was always a Subway man. I couldn't do that Night Owl food, man. I get seafood sub before they fucking got rid of them. Fuck my day out.
What was the...
you guys always gave me shit about the seafood subs, right? But here's my logic. I could eat it. It wasn't that bad, but no one would ask you for some. So if you got a Subway and no one was going to buy a Subway and they'd always ask for a fucking bite. Oh, yeah, can I have a bite? And then they fucking have half a fucking sub. No one eats a seafood sub. So I'd get a sub to myself every single time.
Yeah, that's fair chat. What was that place? It used to be next to Z-Bar, the food place, the hot food place.
Oh, Josie's.
Oh, bros, remember like you'd go and you'd have starters at a bar, and then you'd like roll in there about 11, like a Formula One driver rolling into the pits, like quick get some chicken chippies, get a quick oil change,
chicken
like
chippies are the guy.
Josie, just put that fucking gravy straight on an IV.
Just got the belt up around your neck, just like.
Yeah, and then you just fucking fired up and straight back into it, ready to go out the pit lane.
Move on to the next one. That was back when there was heaps of people on the streets too. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's how times have changed. And not just because of the coronavirus, I might add.
Yeah, no, that's a completely unrelated thing.
I've been getting like, because you see like everyone's sharing everything, like everyone's all over their socials at the moment. You see, and it's good. Like some people be getting some good stuff out of it. You see all the lads that are trying their hand at like the DIY, like fixing up the backyard and stuff like that.
That's me. That was me today, bro.
Oh man, I've done some dodgy DIYs in my life. Like I remember when we first moved to Brisbane and we were living in that townhouse with all the boys in the one place.
Yep.
I mean, I thought it was a good idea at the time to date fucking Satan's side piece. That didn't turn out too well, but I ended up punching a hole through a door one day.
Yeah.
And you know, like in those shitty townhouses, they're not like hardwood doors. Like, settle down, guys. It's like those flimsy sort of like fibro doors.
Yeah, the MDF boards. Yeah.
Yeah. So it went through one side and out the other. But because that was when we were always on tour and stuff like that, we never had time to get it fixed. So for the inspections, for 6 months, I just hung a towel over the door to cover the hole up. So the real estate agent was coming in like, yeah, nothing to raise, everything's good here. Like, fuck, that towel's been there for a while, but
I remember you guys got me to come patch a hole in the roof because I was a plasterer by trade. I remember Scott, he's like, I need you to come patch a hole. I was like, oh yeah, cool, come over. And like as you come through the door and like go up the stairs, like the ceiling before it goes up, there was just this huge divot in it, and I was like, fuck, what would even cause that? And he's like, oh, I'd bring a king size bed up through here, and at the point of it just hit it square. And just shattered the ceiling. I was like, so like as you walk in and just look up, I was like, fuck.
That place was a fucking madhouse. And then actually, I remember as we were leaving, like moving out, the tour van, we used to park it in the driveway, and it had like an oil leak because it was like a turbo, I don't know, for a turbo diesel or something, but it was leaking oil onto the driveway. And fuck, man, we tried everything, like fucking gurneyed it, got that CLR bullshit that they sell on Danos Direct. Doesn't work like the ads. So it's like, oh, just pour it on for 5 minutes and then you just hose it off.
And
We've tried.
And then you've got like a part where it's clean, and then the rest of it's all fucking different colour.
Like, and we cleaned it, and then the real estate came back and was like, nah, that's not good enough. Like, we'll have to charge you an industrial cleaning fee. And I was like, nah, fuck this. There's a way around this. So me and Red, shout out Red Ryan, we took a picture of the driveway where the oil wasn't. We went to Bunnings and colour matched it and got grey spray paint to match the driveway. Went home and like graphed up the driveway to match the whole thing, took a picture, put a filter on it and sent it to the real estate agent. She's like, oh my God, how did you do that? It's so good. So someone, I'm not going to give away the address or the suburb, is living with a fucking spray a colour match spray painted grey driveway right now.
Fuck so, yeah, that's so good.
You've been what have you been running Netflix wise? You been Netflixing?
MJ documentary, man.
Ooh, I've heard good things, but I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, your missus was right into her basketball. I reckon it's definitely up her alley. Yeah, it's full on, man. It's fucking good. It's real good.
I've been told it's like pretty like what's the word? Like full frontal up front. Like they don't really hold much back.
No, so like it's not like it is. Well, from the two episodes I've watched, it is pretty like it does jump forward and go back and all that, but it's generally centered around the last year that they were all together at the Bulls. I think it was 97, 98, and they were going for the 6th championship. So they pretty much have told the coach, "This is your last year. We're fucking you off at the end of the year." And then that's the 6th title run. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow!
You forget because so when we were that age, they were right at the end of it, and then when we sort of started watching like American sports and stuff, he'd finished. So yeah. I suppose for us it was Kobe and it was LeBron, but you go back and see everything that he did, and like there's a reason why they call him the greatest. Like, and it's all from like 2 points. Like there's not a lot of 3-point shooting. Well, there is, but it's not compared to what it is these days.
Because I finished Ozarks, finished season 3 of Ozarks.
Yep.
Saw the ending coming a mile away. I won't give it away because I'm not that sort of person. And then fucking I'm hooked on Lucifer at the moment. I understand I'm about 5 seasons behind, but yeah, I'm all over it, man. Have you watched it?
I've seen it years ago, like the first season and stuff, but I haven't kept up with it.
Man,
what's the cool premise though?
What's the detective's name? Chloe Decker. That Chloe Decker has got it going on. You know, I actually looked up. I don't know what her name is as an actor. Shock horror. She's like fucking 43, 44. She's been drinking from that same well as old fucking Kate Beckinsale.
Oh man, I literally said to my wife the other day, I was like, you know, Kate Beckinsale is dating like a 22-year-old. She's like, oh, she needs to go back and like get with someone her own age or something like that. I was like,
what the fuck?
I was like, okay, well, I'm closer to her age.
Nah, yeah. See, that's a threat. See, you know when you have like those Hollywood hall passes and it's like never gonna happen. The reality is that Kate Beckinsale likes young guys. That's her thing, and she's a goddess. Shout out Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, she's
Northview Royals coming at you.
She's like, what?
Yeah, we're pretty young. So, but yeah, I actually saw the other day. Netflix is getting the full Underworld movies
Yeah.
I fucking froth them. To me, that's probably one of the best like movie series I've watched ever.
Ever.
Not just because of her. It was actually really
It's
good.
definitely because of her. Let's be real.
I mean, she played a pretty pivotal role.
What else? Oh, you see, Peaky Blinders has a PS4 game coming out.
What?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't know what its sort of idea is, but I just heard it's going to be a game. Fuck, man. If it's like, imagine if they made like a Peaky Blinders like Grand Theft Auto style. Fuck, that'd be the sickest.
Fucking
Ne-
hell, because I watched like all the original seasons.
Yep.
And then only this year or the end of last year they released as a season 6.
See, they're filming season 6, so it would have been 5.
Yeah, right. And I started watching I got like 3 or 4 episodes in, but there was just that much of a gap that I just forgot who everyone was.
Yeah,
Like not the Shelbys and their crew, but who they're in turf wars with, and they keep referring to people that they fought with before, and I was like, fuck, I honestly can't keep up. I can't remember who's who.
The 4th season with all like the Italians, that was fucking cool. That was really
Was that?
cool.
Yeah, fuck, I watched a couple of years ago, but I remember, is that when they got wrapped up in fixing the horse races?
Bro, that's like season 1.
Yeah, they all just sort of run into each other after a while.
Fuck yeah. For someone who loves like Tom Hardy and shit, he's like so big in it.
Yeah, he didn't come in until like season 2, but did he? 2 and 3?
Yeah, he's there to the end of season 4.
Yeah, like I said, they all just
Spoiler alert, he's not in
Yeah.
season 5.
like I said, they all just sort of run into each other after a while. I don't they're still trying to pull a bunch of movies and stuff forward, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got nothing. Like, nothing's filming. No TV shows are really going ahead because they just can't get people close together. So it's like, I seen a cool like Saturday Night Live skit before they got all their shit turned down, and it was like they did like a Days of Our Lives, but before it they're like, just so you know, we've filmed this with social distancing in mind. So they're like talking and shit, and then he goes like put his hand on her cheek, and it's like a dummy that like fucking hits her in the hand and shit. It's fucking it was fucking good value. It's like, fuck, that's awesome.
What happens to like the actors and stuff like that? I imagine they're on salaries, but are they all fucked?
I'd say, man, I think it's pretty general across the board. Like, you've got your top 10% of every workforce that will be fine through this, and then the middle 30-40% that's still gonna be fine. They'll just, they might have to dip into their savings or whatever, and then the bottom percent that are like no jobs, straight on fucking Centrelink or welfare over there or whatever the fuck they want to call it. But yeah, like, I think it's pretty broad across every industry.
I'm still a little bit intrigued with what's going to go on with the sport, but
Yeah, fuck oath, man.
obviously being an avid UFC fan, and now they reckon May 9 we are on.
So are they doing that on the island, or is that just going to be...
No, so I think this one, so I could be wrong here. Again, like, I just putting together information that I've heard. The reason that Disney jumped on board with the fucking Walt Disney rolled on the last one was because I think they were trying to do it in California.
Yeah.
So really they were still breaking the law or the regulations. They were just finding a loophole.
Yeah.
But Florida has adopted, like they
think they class sport as essential service now.
Yeah. So if they do it in Florida, they're not actually breaking any laws. So I think Disney and ESPN have gone, okay, if you can do that, then you're not breaking laws. So I think the May 9 card's in Florida, and then I believe he said I think there's supposed to be 3 cards in 8 days.
Shit.
But I don't know who else he's going to get to fight because they're all fighting on May 9.
How much they make this the pay-per-view, and what's your top end that you'd pay? Like right now where there's fucking no sport, if they were like, pay-per-view, $200, are you paying it?
I would do some bad things to get this card. like what would you say would be a top end price? So what would you be thinking?
I don't know. Are they going to try and recoup money, or are they going to be like, oh, yeah, no, we'll still get what's normal main event, 50, 60 bucks, 80 bucks?
I think it's 69, but I think if I get it from the PlayStation store and it's cheaper, I think it's only like $50 or $40 or something. But yeah,
well, I pay like $99 for my internet, so I just get buff streams. So it's
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, Mr. FBI man? Yeah, I don't know. I'd pay 100 for it.
Yeah.
To be honest, like,
there's no fucking sport like there's nothing. It's perfect time to release like a comedy special or like that MJ documentary, because everybody's at home and everybody's just gearing up for something new. So like you drop something sport related, the whole world's gonna watch it. Like it's huge.
I'd go the 150.
Yeah.
After it got up there, I'd probably jump on the old streamer bandwagon as well. But surely they're expecting people to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Who's out of the top 5? I'm just looking at the card here.
Oh.
What's the one to watch? If you can only watch one of them, which one would you watch?
Oh, I want to see Cejudo get pummeled. Cruz Cejudo's the co-main, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to see Dominic Cruz come back and pummel him. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Tony or Khabib. I think Tony's going to beat him.
Gaethje.
But I think. Oh, sorry, fucking Khabib. Sorry, yeah, Gaethje. I think Gaethje can do it.
All right, give me a top 5, like bet wise for this week, and then as it gets closer, we might do another one if you want to change it. But pencil in who's the top 5. Who wins? Starting from who's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, from Cerrone Pettis.
Cerrone.
Yep.
I've got Gaethje in the main.
Yep.
Cruz in the co-main.
Yep.
Probably the other 2 fights I think are like world enders. Is it Ngannou Rosenstruik?
Yep.
So I've got Ngannou in that, and then the other one to watch I think is Stevens versus Qatar or Qatar, however they pronounce it.
Yep.
And someone's gonna die in that fight.
Oh,
so
man. Jeremy Stevens is a monster.
Yeah, so yeah, if I had to put money on it, I think the little heathens got it. I probably Jeremy Stevens. So I might just go. What's that? I might just run like a multi with a 5 knockout fight. So I think Cerrone knocks out Pettis. I think Stevens knocks out Qatar. I think Ngannou knocks out Rosenstruik. I think Cruz finishes Cejudo, and I think there's no way Ferguson Gaethje's going 5 rounds. No way.
No. Oh.
Someone's getting stretched out of the octagon in that fight.
I'll go. Man, I think Cerrone submits Pettis. I don't think it just becomes he needs to go back to his fucking.
I think it will be I think that will be a pretty technical fight. Like I feel like Cerrone isn't just gonna stand and bang. He's getting on. He's copped a few beatings as of recent times.
Yeah.
And Pettis is, you know what I mean? He's going to be throwing flying kicks and elbows and all sorts of shit. I reckon there's probably a little bit more technical and maybe ground game involved.
Yeah, I'll go Cerrone. I go Stevens knockout. I go Rosenstruik, whatever the fuck it is. I'm going him. Ngannou's are like literally knock your head off your thing, but he's so hot and cold. Cejudo, I think he beats Cruz. I just don't. Yeah, I think Cruz is done, and I think Ferguson, who makes weight for a fight that doesn't exist, beats Gaethje because he's just a fucking weird cunt. And he's just
well, when you fight Ferguson, you don't just fight him; you fight the whole army of demons that he brings.
Oh my god, man, that was insane. He's just like, yep, still made weight. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I probably said this about the last one, but like I feel like Dana wouldn't have announced it if he didn't think it was going to happen. But surely after they canned the last one, he's gone back and been like, "Look, tell me what I need to do,
Yeah.
and I will go and do that."
Yeah.
Because I feel like if they get cancelled again, he's just damaging the brand.
Yeah, it feels like, yeah, like he probably because they had the other one had internationals, and then they tried to replace the internationals, and the time just kept creeping away, and they just couldn't get it to finish. But yeah, that's a stacked card. That'd be a good fight.
I'm all over it. What about what's the chat? You probably know more than me. Is the NRL coming back or what?
NRL, I heard, well, they say it is, but then they've got to get through all the hoops. I believe all the outside New South Wales clubs have to relocate. I'm sure they'll all do that. They've had a bit of a break, so I'm sure they're pretty itching to get back to it.
Well, everyone has to relocate to New South Wales. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So yeah, like Storm, 3 Queensland teams, and the Warriors all get put up. I'm sure they'll just use some of the other, like the New South Wales Cup sort of venues as a training ground, and then they'll probably just play everything out of ANZ or something like that, or we're at Bank West or something.
Fuck.
But as of like local sport, like local league, I don't think there's much of a push for it. Yeah, I don't know. It like AFL hasn't sounded like they're doing much. The unions just fired their fucking boss as well, so it's crazy
Jesus.
times in sport.
Yeah, well.
But NFL draft has happened, so hopefully they'll come back right on time and it'll be good.
Was that did they do like a virtual one or something?
Oh man, it was fucking. Oh, did you see any of it?
Nah, did they do it well?
The bits I guess they did as good as they could, but the highlight of it, man, is they go to like this wide receiver who's just been drafted by the Cowboys, and he's sitting there and he's all sweet, and he gets the phone call, and he's got like 2 phones, and he's got a girl sitting next to him, and she goes to grab the other phone off his knee, and like to look at it, and he's like on the phone and just like grabs it off her, and he's just like, no, like not even at my weakest are you gonna take this and read this fucking shit. It was insane.
That's good, but well, so they're still aiming to kick off as per.
Yep. I think they do pre-season games in August, and then they get into it.
Bring it back. Bring all sport back. Just do what Trump said and start injecting disinfectant into our bodies.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's definitely a thing. Fuck. That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like obviously like he probably doesn't make his life any easier, but I feel like the leaders they have a pretty hard run in things like this. Like you can't win in a situation like this. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to keep everyone happy, regardless.
I think Boris Johnson just has secured himself for another 4 fucking years.
Yeah. Well, no one's knocking Trump off the pedestal. Yeah. Bernie Sanders pulled out, didn't he? And then ScoMo, I heard the other day, unless it's just the media hyping shit up, that his popularity at the moment is maybe like the 3rd highest in Australian Prime Minister history or something like that.
But he's dealt with floods, fires.
That's what I mean. Like. You got to cut the guy some fucking slack. Like, the amount he got dragged across the coals about that whole fucking holiday thing. Like, fuck me. He has just as much right to go on a holiday with his family as everyone else does. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Have you seen the photos they do of, like, Obama before and then Obama after, like, 8 years later, and, like, how, like, you know, how much it's taken its toll? I swear, if you were to take a photo of ScoMo in, like, November, and then now... Every time I turn the news on, it's like, you know, the update. I'm like, fuck, he's losing more hair, and he is just dying up there.
Some of the press conferences I saw him do, he looked like he'd just like rolled out of the cabaret at the Valley at fucking 4 a.m. on a Sunday morning. But you know, you got to pass your time somehow, I guess. No judgment.
That's it. I had some family ring me up from Victoria, giving me shit about, you know, being Queenslander and all that. And all I could come back was fucking, you know, at least we don't film people after a fucking car accident when people are fucking dying. Did you see that?
Whoa. So I didn't know anything about that. It's crazy that you just brought that up if we're talking about the same thing. I only got told about that today. I hadn't
Yeah.
heard about it. You're talking about the guy in the Porsche.
Yeah, yep. So he got pulled
Yeah.
over. Oh, from what I know, he got pulled over, for speeding. Apparently, he was speeding another time and got pulled over, and he got pulled over, and apparently they let him go for a piss, and that's why he didn't get cleaned up as well. He was having
But
a
he-
piss.
But he's some sort of public. He's in the public eye, isn't he?
I
He's
think
not just
that-
a nobody.
Oh, down in Melbourne, I think he's like an entrepreneur, businessman. sort of
Yeah,
thing.
like
I don't think he's Australian known, but yeah, he.
Yeah, I think he's a somebody. That's why it's gotten so much attention, because he filmed it and streamed it, and he has a lot of followers or a lot of presence or
But
something.
also too, just if you were anybody and filmed that, like that is fucking such a dog act. Like you're sitting there and someone's dying, whether they're a police officer or not. Like
Apparently-
your views on the police are judgmental to what's happened in your life. Whether you've had run-ins
Yeah,
with them.
100%.
But that's someone in their last moment, and you're gonna fucking act like that. I mean,
Yeah,
he's gonna cop it in jail. He's gonna cop it.
So I heard that was what I got up to speed with today. Like that, no one could find me the video. Like, not that you really want to watch that shit, but just to get some context as to what the fuck everyone was talking about. But
Didn't you used to watch all that fucked on the bus home from school?
I got it sent to me and accidentally opened it. You know what I mean? Like what was it, the stump grinder. There was some classics, but yeah, fuck that shit. Fuck that. Well, good. Righto, what do you reckon we fucking give this game a crack, eh? This
Righto.
new little segment. So, obviously, we laid out the rules on the IG the other day on the story. So, essentially, we've gone away. Obviously, this will be a lot easier when we're in the same room, but we've gone away. We've got 5 words each.
Yep.
English words. They can't be in a different language that have either a funny sounding word or something with a funny meaning. We'll go back and forward, a word each.
Yep.
And whoever's got the most points after the words takes out round 1.
Right.
So this is ye old English. Do you want me to kick it off?
Righto.
Word 1 for you, Damon, Mr. Show and Go, the gift, if you will. Word number 1 for you is doodle sack.
Fuck.
Or the plural form would be doodle sacks.
Okay. Is it? Is it like a pencil case or something to keep art in?
What sort of art? Like pornography?
No, like pencils and fucking shit you do art in, like pencils, fucking paintbrushes, some shit you doodle in.
No, it's not.
If it's just a nutsack, you can get the fuck out of this podcast.
No. Okay, so do you want to know what a doodle sack is?
I'd love to.
A doodle sack is an old English term for the instrument bagpipes. Used in a sentence would be Terry was at the party and got out his doodle sacks for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Cameron, the big dog. Your first question. First word is octothorpe. Now this is an English word. I know you give me shit about fucking trying to send you ones that aren't. Octothorpe.
Now the interesting thing about the word octothorpe is the origin. I believe it's from Latin descent. So octo stands for 8.
Exactly right. It does.
And Thorpe was a great Australian swimmer by the name of Ian.
Yep.
So my thought would be that it's probably Ian Thorpe with 8 limbs gives you octothorpe.
Look, it's not, but I feel like you're going the right way, but not the right way. Like if you were to say something like Ian Thorpe's dream when he finally come out was to be Octothorpe with 8 other guys, and then hashtag Octothorpe, you'd be right. Octothorpe is the English translation of the symbol hashtag.
What?
Yeah, bro.
So it's not actually a hashtag.
No, it's called Octothorpe. That is
So this whole time that people have been like, oh, hashtag fitness. It should be Octothorpe fitness. I'm
well,
gonna
yeah.
start a
You were in old English it would be Octothorpe. They'd do an Octothorpe before they did fucking got the Black Plague.
Wow. So we are 0-all.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like I think I've got one that I'm sure you should be able to get, but it might be the terminology. But I think it'll be like 1 from 5. And yeah, if yours are on the line of fucking doodle sack, I am fucked.
Yeah,
Wait. Side note: thanks for coming up with this game and posting it because you put it up there and it was a cool idea. And then I said to my wife, I'm like, oh, did you vote for me? Give me some shit. She's like, nah. I was like, what? And like, why wouldn't you vote for me? And she goes, oh, because I just don't think you'll win. I was like, do you think I'm like a dumb fuck or something? And she's like, yeah, like 100%. So it nearly boiled over to the point where her and I were like almost Googling fucking IQ tests on a website just so we could fucking do this shit and be like, yep, come on, let's go. So thank you for this game.
So let me just clarify.
Yeah.
My self-esteem got hit also in the Instagram poll. So I was checking the socials, and let me tell you, for the first 22 hours, it was a fucking landslide to the Great White. It was like 80-20. And then people were jumping on that are way closer to me than closer to you.
I had the same thing for you. I had fucking like Zabi and all them were like, I was like, bro, it's me. It's me, your boy Desi. Why would you do this to me?
That's what I mean. There was people on there just trying to level the score. And, like, we shouldn't look into it. Really, it's like betting, but I fucking see you. I see you. It shows your name, you fucks.
Yeah.
Like, I know who voted
We're
for
both
who.
admins. Like, we can see that shit. What the fuck's wrong with you?
This isn't anonymous. This isn't like voting for the fucking Prime Minister, you dicks.
Alright.
It hurts, okay?
Alright, hit me with two.
Fuck. I got a couple. So I want to try and sort of pick which ones I want to go with here. I got the grand finale. That's question 5 for sure. So I'm going to go with your second word is Borborigum.
Did you just fucking Google old English top 10 old English words or something?
This is not old English. This is
say it again.
Borborigum.
I fucking read this. I did read this, and I was like, no.
I can spell it if you want.
No, it's still not gonna fucking help me. So, Bulgarigum.
Borborigum.
A state of bewilderment or some shit. I don't know, man. No.
Nothing in your endless rambling did you at one point acknowledge the answer to the question. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Righto. Hit me.
Borborigum is the term for the noise your stomach makes when it grumbles.
Oh, that's cool.
Borborigum.
No, we're still learning. We're still learning. All right, your word 2. Trumpery.
So it takes me back to a man I used to know, Donald. Trumpery. Nah, trumping means to take power or to win or.
Yep. Wheels are in motion. You get.
So like, I feel like people are gonna look back on round 1 of Ye Olde English and talk about my trumpery, because. Or. Side note, it could be the art of cleaning trumpets.
Okay, so you were going right, but you were still wrong again. So trumpery is exactly what you were saying when we're looking back at your version of this. Showy, but worthless.
So do I get half a point for that?
Fucking nothing. Move on to 3.
Okay, let's go. What have I got? I got 6 to choose from.
Fuck me.
We're going to go with, what's this, word 3? We're going to go with meldrop.
Oh. This is the snot that comes out of your nose, or like the moisture that comes out of your nose or something. Like the mucus that comes out of your nose.
That's 1 point to do.
Yes, I read that one. I fucking knew it. All right, so this is fucking hilarious because my third one, you should get it. You should. It'll just be the wording. So your word 3, and there's a reason why I picked it, is parlay.
A parlay is like a gathering or a meeting or like a party. That's ballpark, right? Like
There was a word you said that was right, but there was also a word you said that was completely wrong.
No, a parlay is like a gathering or a meeting, isn't it? Like a say you do like a monthly parlay meeting or like gathering.
Oh, I don't know. We might give you a half, but that's no. So it's a conference between sides before they fucking go to war.
That's a fucking meeting.
Yeah, but they don't have a fucking meeting every fucking month about it. But when they're in war, like, oh, let's go to the community fucking meeting.
I'm calling that. I think that's a point.
That's up. We'll see how it looks at the end. if I need that half a point. All right.
So what's that? 3. So this is word 4.
Yeah.
If you've read that one, I'm concerned that you might have read some of the
Yeah,
other
no,
ones.
that one stuck. Like I think I read that other one, but I couldn't fucking remember it all.
If I say a word and you've just blatantly read it, just tell me and I'll pick another one.
Fuck no, why would I do that when I could just win?
Because that's cheating, and then you'll have to be tested by USADA.
Yeah. Oh, piss hot probably.
We're gonna go with Winkle Picker.
Oh no, I didn't. I definitely didn't read that. Winkle picker.
Let me say that again. Winkle Picker.
Is there any way you can use it in a sentence without giving it away? Like, you have a small winkle picker.
That I could do.
If you say yes to that.
Damon has a smaller winkle picker than me.
Okay, well, that's definitely not Dick.
I am the great white, ladies and gentlemen.
Is your missus still listening to this? 45 minutes in, she's probably gone. Fuck, winkle picker. Fuck. Is it... it just sounds like Dick now. Now I feel if I don't say Dick, and then you're like, oh, it's Dick. Now I'm going to be like, you fucking idiot.
Okay.
Winkle picker. Is it your finger to go up your nose or something?
It's your dick.
Is it your dick?
No.
Fuck.
So a winkle picker is a style of shoe or boot.
Okay, cool. Right.
Yeah. So I would wear bigger winkle pickers than you.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, that's definitely...
And I also have a bigger winkle picker.
Debatable. Number 4. Limerence.
Origin.
From...
The dictionary.
Origin. Oxford.
Limerence.
If you were in a state of limerence. So it's a state of being.
See, I feel like I go down the real knowledge line here.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that it could be linked to the word limber, which means to be flexible.
Wow, you... Yep, sure. Keep going down that fucking road.
But it could also be what is it? Limerence. Limerence. I think it is the technical term for when your limbs are too short to reach something from a high shelf.
No.
Pew, 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 pew.
No, that is definitely not it.
Do, 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 do.
So limerence is like the state of mind of attraction. So like you could say someone's under like a love spell, or like, you know, like one of our mates recently was lovesick, a little puppy, and he was in the state of limerence.
There's also another one that has just become in a state of limerence, but we'll talk about that off camera. So where are we sitting? Surely we're rolling into question 5. You got to give me that other one. That's going to be one apiece. This is going to be the decider.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how I answer this one. But yeah, we'll go one apiece. Fuck it. We'll go one apiece.
Okay, so this is it. round one of Ye Old English.
Right.
We're going to the tiebreaker.
Right.
We're entering the championship rounds.
Hit me.
Okay. Mr. Show and Go. Your fifth word is, and listen, because it's not what you think I'm going to say. It's not how you think. Sprunt. So Sprunt. Sprunt.
Sprunt. It's not the past tense of sprint, or like the future. Like he sprunt, like in Old English before they decided that wasn't a real word anymore.
Like Usain Bolt sprunt the 100 meter at the 2020
No, say
2000 Olympics.
But it would be something like, you know, ye old Jamaican sprunt over there. so much and so forth.
That is incorrect.
Alright, what is sprunt?
Sprunt is an old English, no, sorry, not English, an old Scottish word meaning.
Oh,
Are you,
okay.
are you ready?
I'm sorry. Okay. I didn't realise we we're doing
you-
the whole United Kingdom.
Are you ready?
That's all cool. I got some Gaelic going next too.
The meaning is to chase girls around among the haystacks after dark.
Perfect. I love it. That's-
So a little bit of a Ted Bundy vibe.
Oh, for sure.
So Ted Bundy used to go and sprunt on Friday nights.
Yeah, that makes sense with all the kilts and shit.
Yeah. So this is it. If I get this, I'm fucking the winner.
Okay.
Have you got? See if we don't get this. Have you got like a tiebreaker? Because I've got a couple up my sleeve.
Nah, this is it, mate.
Okay.
Because technically you didn't get that other one, so I'll just claim the win.
I disagree strongly, but go ahead.
Okay, you ready? Word 5. Diphthong. Diphthong.
I feel like I know what this is. A diphthong. Diphthong. Is it something to do with a musical instrument?
No.
Diphthong. What? I feel like I know what this is. It takes me back to that song by Cisco, the Thong song. For some reason, that just keeps, just like that
Yeah.
thong, the thong, thong song.
Yep, I mean, it is the same word, sure.
Diphthong. Diphthong. Come on. Come on. Come on. Tick, 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 tick. Diphthong would be. Diphthong is the Oxford definition
You can store all you want, brother.
for the act of dipping your thongs in cool water on a hot day at the beach so that it do not burn your feet. And winner.
Bumpo. That is not what a diphthong is.
What is it?
A diphthong is where you have two vowels in a word in one syllable.
Fucking knew it. Oh my god. Are we going to a tiebreaker or you don't have anything up your sleeve?
Alright, you hit me with yours and I'm sure I can come up with something.
I've got two here and I don't know which way to go. I'm going to go with Damon. Your tiebreaker word is ragamuffin.
A ragamuffin is... Oh man, this is... It's funny you tell me this one because, like a ragamuffin is like a kind of like a rebel sort of young rebellious person, like a ragamuffin. I mean, you couldn't be further from the truth.
I mean, you did well in relating it to a person.
Okay, yep. What do you got?
But so some of our friends have been known to spend extensive amount of times with with ragamuffins.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's a person who wears dirty or scruffy clothes, like a poorly
The fuck is a rebel rough person?
I've seen rebels that do not dress dirty and scruffy.
Yeah, in the 50s. You fucking... Are you fucking with me right now?
Sorry, I'm just getting getting something come in from upstairs. Sorry, what? Yeah, they've said no, so they're not going to accept that.
All right, I got one for you. And I feel like we can't... We could go on... I feel like... If you don't get this, I feel like I win. Because that was definitely half a point. And your one is fucking half a point. So really, I'm 1.5 on half a point. So you need this full one. Okay? That's where I'm putting it at. Because this could go on forever. Cameron, your tiebreaker word is alacrity.
Now, the thing with alacrity is alacrity. Are you able to use it in a sentence?
Yeah. The man was in a state of alacrity. I don't fucking know, man. It gives it away easy.
Well, that helps because
It's a state. It's definitely a state. Like a yeah.
Well, that helps because I was going to say that he was maybe the Greek god of laziness or something. So that sort of brings me back on track.
Yeah.
Alacrity. Alacrity is a state of... I know this. Is it a fear? Is it a fear of... fucking come on, you fuck. Is it a fear of losing round one of the old English?
I'd say you're pretty spot on with your answer, but that's not the answer to the question. It is a state of eagerness, alacrity.
Fuck. I was too much in a state of whatever the fuck that word was rolling into round one.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, winner of round one, Diesel. Mr. Show and Go himself.
I gotcha.
The gift.
The gift. That's one. That
was good.
I can't wait to fucking, yeah. Really just rub. I'm going to save that photo of who didn't vote for me, and you will be put on notice. So thank you for that.
Yeah, you fucks. Vote more strategically. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like some undercover? You think you fly under the... This isn't anonymous, you fucking idiots. It's not... it literally... Your name pops up when you do it. What do you think was going to happen? We know what's going on here, and what we're going to do... This just popped into my head. When things take off, you're going to have to pledge your allegiance because we're going to get fucking T-shirts, mate. You're either Team Great White or Team fucking Diesel. You can fucking decide, you dicks, and you got to take pictures and show it. Not just hiding behind your fucking Instagram handle. Own that shit. There will be more polls coming. You're on notice.
I'm happy with that. That's a win. That's a win. It's been a big day, but that's a win. I feel like, that was my own little Anzac battle. I'm
disappointed. We've even both got home ground advantage. I'm actually a little bit fucked off.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I guess that parlay. The reason why I picked parlay was the other night I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean with my young fella, like the first one, and I was like, oh, parlay. Like I was like, oh fuck, that's cool, word.
Yeah. See, I feel like I was in the ballpark.
Yeah, I mean.
So you win in sudden death. You win in overtime.
I like Mel drop though. Come on, you got to win it with Mel drop.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad. All right.
Golden point. That's pretty good from you.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the win.
Easy. We're wrapping it up then. Episode 2.
Righto, brother.
I liked it. I hope you enjoyed it as well. We'll be back next 2 weeks. We're doing them every 2 weeks.
Yep.
So we'll get this out. In the next couple of days, we'll be back with another. We'll go round 2 of the old English, and we might come up with another little segment to fuck around with. And yes, you will be required to vote. We fucking see you, dicks.
Hopefully there'll be something else going on in the world besides this fucking corona.
Yeah, I agree. But do us a favour. Obviously, we've had a fair bit of support, but obviously go follow the Instagram page. Share around our links, get people to listen to it. Like I said, we're not doing this to get fucking famous or anything. We're doing it to obviously keep connected, but hopefully put some smiles on some people's faces, which is from the feedback that I've gotten. we're kicking goals in that department. And obviously, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
And obviously, once we get back and we're in the same room and stuff like that, we're going to try and make it a lot more interactive for people listening. But yeah, don't be like we've had that many people watch it, but not follow us and stuff like that. So go give us a follow, go give us a subscribe, and we'll keep the little snippets and stuff coming. And let's build this fucking bad boy. Let's see what we can do.
Righto. Peace.
Easy. Cheers, brother.